Hello there folks, I'm Dan Brown from a sort of interesting life.com. You're joining me on board good old narrowboat Tilly, and today I would like to share some of the thoughts of a YouTube dinosaur. Wait a minute, that's me! What's going on? I'm old! Anyway, basically, I can't believe I haven't done a video just talking about YouTube and stuff like that before. But I realised that as 2016 is rolling around, that literally marks a decade that I have been on YouTube, which just seems just ridiculous, an unbelievable amount of time. And I can remember so clearly being back at my nan and granddad's house in 2006, recording random videos of a remote control Mario Kart car going around the place doing stupid stuff, and then uploading them onto YouTube, and it'd take absolutely forever because it only had old dial-up internet. I think it had a maximum of 2 hours a day on the internet contract that my nan and granddad were on, as it was a cheap option, so that's why I was always using it over there while I was doing my eBaying and stuff. And I just remember stumbling onto YouTube, and remember when Google Video was a thing as well, and seeing random videos that it would take so long for them to load on the old internet that some of these things are just simply impossible to view. And when you actually start to consider how far technology's come along, it's unbelievable to think that now I can literally, without even having Wi-Fi or anything, record 4K footage on, if you had one of the new phones that were coming out, that record a 4K quality video, edit it, and then upload it from your phone in your pocket. And not only that, but then other people around the world would be able to press play and it would load pretty much instantly in most cases. Now that's a terrifying thought of how quickly it's changed from being, the internet's something that you need a big old desktop PC or a really big laptop that's about that thick and has about a 50-minute battery life like my first ever laptop did. And it would take you forever to load it, and you'd need, obviously, your internet plugged into the back of the laptop as well. Oh, anyway, that's not what this is about. I just really wanted to share a few thoughts. As a decade on YouTube, I have seen the incredible changes that have gone on, and how it used to be this niche thing that nobody really knew about, but then everybody suddenly started using, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger, but still, it was almost not seen as a legitimate platform for entertainment or education or any other thing like news and opinions and stuff like that. And it's really, the really bizarre thing for me to think about is that there's a time where me talking to a camera or just talking in a video at all seemed a terrifying thing. And it was like nobody I knew went on YouTube really all the time, and nobody was huge fans of any particular YouTube channel and stuff like that back in the old days. So for me to have gone, oh yeah, one day I'll have one final account, or hopefully one of the last accounts I'll ever have, that has got almost 1,000 videos on it, many of which you can actually see my face as I'm talking. I mean, it's just unbelievable to think that there was a time when talking to a camera and posting it online, was a really weird thing to do, and perhaps it still is in some ways. But now, you literally have hundreds of millions of people tuning in to millions upon millions of YouTube channels doing all these different things and their different takes on what they want to upload, and everything from education through comedy to short films to life on a boat. But again, it's just that change that's unbelievable. And I mean, here's the question for anybody out there. Who remembers when you didn't give videos thumbs up or thumbs down? You gave videos a rating out of 5 stars. And that, again, was something. I remember when they changed it, and it was like, what? You don't have the star system? Oh, this is rubbish. This is the end of YouTube. Oh, everyone's going to be either thumbs up or thumbs down. And then in the end, it's like, well, doesn't really matter, does it? Just make videos and watch videos that you want, really. So again, there's so many little things like that I've seen, and the amount of work and money that Google must have spent in bringing YouTube to the level that it's at now, because it's so, I can't explain to you how basic the tools and that used to be. And now you click on to the video creator tab, and you've got literally all sorts of random tools and stuff. All these YouTube school sessions and things they've put together in little courses like that. The most important thing that I think that has changed over this time is the general attitude and like public perception of YouTube and YouTubers. That now online video is literally the biggest thing that there is, pretty much. Well, maybe not the biggest thing, but it's like Facebook is now all about showing you videos that automatically play as soon as you scroll through them. You've got basically Facebook and YouTube, two of the biggest websites in the world that are very much focused on videos, with goodness knows, I mean, like over 1 billion users on each per month, I believe now. And that is I mean, I can't explain to you. When I was doing stupid videos and terribly put together, well, I say stupid videos terribly put together as if I'm not doing it now. But when I was doing stupider videos with no rhyme or reason and just doing stuff for the sake of playing around and because I've just loved tinkering, and it moved on from tinkering with like making things out of paper and stuff when I was younger to tinkering with videos and images and all that sort of, well, just creativity that you could do on a computer. And ultimately, well, I really settled down to do an awful lot of YouTubing and an awful lot of writing. But the whole public thing of YouTube is now the thing, and online video is a massive thing, and there's people who make millions of dollars a year out of doing videos on YouTube. That's unbelievable, and why hasn't it happened to me? But in all seriousness, it's crazy for me to think, back when I was doing my YouTube in the old days, that now I'd be sat here with almost 12,000 subscribers and, well, on the way to 4 million views. And that again shows that YouTube is a much broader, wider thing than once upon a time it was. And I don't know, it's interesting really. I've got a few different things in my head that I want to say, but not the actual words to say these things. But that as well, I think, is an interesting change in how YouTubers themselves are. That there's people like me who are like the old guard who are never going to make it big and never be millionaires and that sort of stuff, and that's just the way it is. That's absolutely fine, don't worry about me. But in all seriousness, it's like, I never expected that you'd ever be able to have adverts and make money off YouTube, and you certainly, unless you start getting millions upon millions and you get millions a month, then you're not going to be thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to retire and just do videos anytime soon. But the strange thing to me is how YouTubers themselves have changed. That there's people like me who just started YouTubing and it wasn't a thing, and it didn't matter really what you posted because nobody would look at it and nobody cared. Whereas now you've got people who start YouTube specifically to try and make it big and to try and get famous and all these different, well, whatever they want to achieve. Basically, YouTube is like their go-to thing, and it's a tricky thing to really fathom, because in some ways that's great. It's like, I'm all for people breaking out and doing their own individual stuff and making it for themselves, and if they become massive and super famous, then I wholeheartedly support anybody who's trying to do something with their life, and if this is the way they think they can achieve whatever goals they're after, then go for it. But it also has led to this weird situation where, because it's sort of unregulated, you've got all sorts of random people who just do and say anything, and they'll try and be super outrageous, or will try and do stupid stuff and pranks and things like that that are basically attacking people in the street, and basically creating this culture of do anything to get famous, and more cynically, do anything, and especially like, well, it's like if you look back at my old videos on here, there's some of the most embarrassing, ridiculous stuff ever, like finger puppets and stuff, just totally random things, and me being really awkward and more rigid in front of the camera than you could ever imagine. And I look back on those videos and I'm like, oh, flipping heck, good grief, I wish I wasn't so awkward looking and all the rest of it. But it's this strange thing now that there's people who, because they're joining YouTube to try and make it big and try and be someone, and that everything they do is manufactured. So from the beginning, everything is fake. And that, I think, is a real issue, and something that, when you've got so many kids and impressionable characters going onto YouTube who can obsess over these things, that's not really a good thing at the end of the day. Just had to have one of my famous water breaks for a quick drink then. But yeah, you get the general gist that it's quite interesting that you've got all sorts of people going onto YouTube now for all sorts of reasons. Some people just want to share random pictures and films of different places they've been, or something random or funny that's happened. Some people want to make it big and all the rest of it. And then other people just, well, I don't really know what. It's like when I think, why on earth am I still making videos? It's like, I don't know, I've enjoyed it forever, and looking back for long before even YouTube was a thing, I've got like random video. I wish I still had the original footage to upload for you, but I was making videos with the worst quality digital camera. It was like 0.3 megapixels, and it could only record 20 seconds of video at a time with no sound, and I was editing and playing around with video like that way back before YouTube was a thing. And I don't know, he's probably talking now, going back into sort of early 2000s, that era. And still here, with all of the tools that I've got now, and how much easier it is to do everything, I'm loving it more than ever, I suppose. But, well, yeah, anyway, I just really wanted to talk about YouTube itself. Not necessarily me on YouTube, but I think now, as this is rolling around to 12 minutes, I may well bring things to a close. Just thought, yeah, YouTube, that's a good jumping off point to talk about some stuff. Anyway, until the next time, I hope you enjoyed this random video. Don't worry, the stainless steel pan of random topics will be returning very soon. If you've got random topics you'd like me to talk about in these To The Camera videos, then let me know and I'll throw it into the pan. Feel free, as always, to check out my short boat life books on the Kindle. If you want to help me out, then that would be great. I hope you enjoy nice, short, quick reads. Feel free to add me on Facebook and Twitter, all that sort of stuff, if you want to see loads of boat life pictures and scenery from the canal and goodness knows what else. But until the next time, keep it upload worthy, keep it boat worthy, have a fantastic day, and of course, farewell.